Every pencil you've ever picked up has a name that's completely wrong. We call it lead. It has never contained a single atom of lead, not one. And the reason we still call it that goes back over 400 years to a storm, a fallen tree, and a mistake nobody bothered to correct for 2 centuries. The story starts in 1564 in a place called Borrowdale in the north of England. Legend says a violent storm tore a huge tree right out of the ground. Tangled in its roots was something nobody had ever seen before, a strange, shiny, jet-black substance, almost greasy to the touch, sitting right there in the dirt. It wasn't gold, it wasn't coal, nobody knew what it was. Here's the thing, in the 1500s, chemistry basically didn't exist yet. There was no way to test what this substance actually was. All people had was their eyes and their hands, and when they looked at it and touched it, it reminded them of one thing: lead. It was dark, it was soft, it marked surfaces the way lead did. So they gave it a name based on that guess. They called it plumbago, borrowed from the Latin word for lead, plumbum. Around England, people just started calling it black lead, and that name stuck so hard it's still with us today. The first people to actually use this stuff weren't scientists or writers, they were local shepherds. They realized this black material left a bold, easy mark, so they started using it to mark their sheep. It didn't take long for people to realize this black lead was also perfect for writing and drawing. Just 1 year after the discovery, in 1565, a Swiss naturalist named Conrad Gessner described and drew a writing tool made from this substance, shaved to a point and stuck into a wooden handle. That sketch is the earliest known picture of what we'd recognize as a pencil. This black lead turned out to be so useful and so rare that the Borrowdale deposit became a genuine treasure. It's still considered the only large-scale deposit of solid graphite ever found on Earth, so England guarded it like gold. Armed guards were posted at the mine entrance. Laws were passed specifically to stop people from stealing it, and whenever they'd mined enough to meet demand, they'd actually flood the mine on purpose, sealing it off until they needed more. All of this over a substance everyone thought was lead, and wasn't. And this mix-up didn't just stay in England, it spread with the pencil itself. To this day, in Arabic, in Gaelic, and in German, the words for pencil all translate to something like lead pen. A 450-year-old guess baked itself directly into multiple languages. So when did anyone actually figure out the truth? Not for over 200 years. It wasn't until 1779 that a German chemist named Carl Wilhelm Scheele finally analyzed the material properly and discovered that pencil lead wasn't lead at all, it was pure carbon. A decade later, in 1789, this material finally got the name it deserved, graphite, from the Greek word graphene, meaning to write. Chemistry had finally caught up to what shepherds in Borrowdale had been using for over 2 centuries. But the story doesn't end there. By the 1790s, England was hoarding its high-quality graphite, and France, locked in war with Britain, was completely cut off from it. So the French war minister turned to an engineer named Nicolas Jacques Conté and basically said, "Fix this." Conté took low-quality, impure graphite, ground it into powder, mixed it with wet clay, shaped it into thin rods, and baked them in a kiln. The result was a pencil core that didn't rely on rare, pure graphite at all, and as a bonus, by changing the ratio of clay to graphite, he could control how hard or soft the pencil marked. That's the exact system still used to make the pencils in your desk drawer right now. So next time you pick up a pencil, remember you're holding graphite, discovered by accident under a fallen tree, misidentified by shepherds who'd never seen it before, hoarded like treasure by an entire country, and finally corrected by science over 200 years later. And the lead name never left. Follow for more crazy secret origin stories.